Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a prolific scorer, but he's also a dangerous drive and kick weapon. He said, "I never pay attention to the defender guarding me. I look at the four guys behind him and how they react. A lot of times I don't even look to score. I draw 3 or 4 guys and get my teammates open shots." Kevin?
Great vision, David. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for White.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the starting group for the Spurs, it's Aldridge at the power forward with Pirtle at center. DeJounte Murray is out there with White, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Allen at the guard spots, and it's Winslow in at the small forward position.
A changing of the guard for the Grizzlies. Their star veterans traded away. They held out as long as they could, but it was time.
Now here's Morant. Outside Jackson. Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. And Pirtle pulls it down. And those great veterans, Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, Tony Allen, Zach Randolph had become a part of the fabric, Steve, of the Grizzlies franchise and the city of Memphis.
Tough to move on from that level of connection. All good things, though, have to end.
Allen against White. Murray, the pass to White. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
One shot.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
Injuries pressing Derek White into a much bigger role in year 2. But you know what, Smitty? He rose to the occasion.
You know, I love him. He has great size at 6'4" for a point guard. Good instincts. He can shoot. He can create. I love his versatility.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
And that one falls for White. Smitty, we know these two teams struggling right now, but just generally, what do teams do to get out of a slump?
You know, what I think they do is you have a lot of communication amongst each other. You just keep playing hard, usually playing hard, being competitive, and you get a couple wins. You need a couple wins, and then I think it can change around. That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Jackson finds Valanciunas. Shoots over Pirtle, and it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Jackson.
He usually shoots a high percentage in the paint, and on that play, Valanciunas got it done.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Murray surveying the D. Offensive rebound, Aldridge. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Jackson, that's good.
You see the quarter awareness Morant has. Outstanding at keeping his teammates involved with good looks.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes played. Murray outside. And the rejection by Jackson. To the paint, it's deflected. Pirtle with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Incredible leaper, explosive finisher. DeRozan with one of his acrobatic dunks.
Morant with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Outside Jackson, over Aldridge. Poked loose.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
The wide open look here for DeRozan, and too long on the shot.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
To the inside. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 5 points so far.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Now here's Murray. D right on him. It's rebounded by Memphis. Coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take one step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Aldridge. Now here's Morant. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Morant. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio.
Timeout.
Trailing by 2. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And that one falls for Allen. Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
You know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
Well, Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, during the season or preseason, but just add more travel. I don't know if it's a good idea.
And here's Morant, following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Memphis moving it around. Jackson against Aldridge. 4 on the clock. Valanciunas. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Winslow against DeRozan. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. No good from 11 feet.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Morant kicks to Allen. There's the pass to Valanciunas. Over Pirtle, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Murray. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Now here's Murray. To the middle. In the corner, it's Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Pirtle. From deep. A second chance effort. And the rejection by Jackson. Out to the wing. Here's Morant. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Morant's got his second basket.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Spurs trail by 6. Murray outside. It's blocked.
Well, you see the insane vertical, the long arms. Morant impacts every aspect of the game.
Now here's Morant, following the miss by DeRozan.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gay kicks to Murray. Passes it to Aldridge. Gay with it, guarded now by Jackson. There's the feed to Aldridge. Trying to end the drought. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
I love the vision by DeMar DeRozan. He found the wide open teammate.
Pass to Winslow. Now Jackson. Allen outside. It's stolen by DeRozan. The pass to Gay. From downtown, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Rudy Gay knocked that one down. His three-point shot is getting better and better.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, the first 9 seasons of DeMar DeRozan's career in Toronto, it had become home for him. Last season, the adversity of a trade that sent him to San Antonio.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Anderson comes in for Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson's checked in for Winslow. And Brooks subbed in for Grayson Allen. San Antonio also making some changes. Lyles checked in for Purdy. Bryn Forbes comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And Smitty, a real adjustment for DeRozan, leaving behind the only NBA team he had ever known after so long.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in taking the Raptors franchise to new heights. A lot of emotions. I think he understands he's going to grow from that experience.
And Anderson kicks to Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And Jackson certainly has a lot of explosiveness. One of those guys who really wears his heart on his sleeve and brings that energy level every night.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And Memphis owing a pick to Boston. Rumor was they hoped it would convey this summer rather than rolling over to the 2020 draft.
Moving up to number 2, not a bad outcome. With a potential star in Ja Morant, they've got another key player for their rebuild.
Bellinelli, he's checked in for the Spurs.
And you look at all the under-the-radar prospects that have found success with the Spurs. How do they keep hitting on all these players other teams have missed?
They do a great job with their player development. They also do a great job identifying players with great character. They have guys who work extremely hard. They have great coaching, and they teach. But more importantly, what they do, GA, they give you confidence. And that's where I think the Spurs separate from other organizations.
Now here's Morant. He's got 6. Left side Anderson. It's stolen by Lyles. Bellinelli against Brooks. Pass to Mills. Pass to Lyles. Three-pointer on the way. Rebound by Jang, and the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Brooks. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Now here's Mills. He's tightly guarded. Anderson with the block.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
Don't leave Mills open.
Mills, that's a 2-pointer.
And trailing here in the first, you'd like to see them be a little more aggressive on the offensive glass.
And Brooks, here we go. An easy 2 points on the layup. And it's a 9-point Grizzly lead. Now Mills. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 1:57 left in the first quarter of the game. Bellinelli against Jang. Just 5 on the clock. From 20 feet out. Forbes can't get it to go. Memphis leading by 9. It's Jackson with the drive, and the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And it's Mills with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Pass to Bellinelli. To the left side wing. Forbes. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Dial it up. This is a play you can keep running for Forbes until the defense adjusts.
And here's Morant. He has 6. Down low. Here's Anderson. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. And the Grizzlies lead by 11. San Antonio's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Mills looking it over. The pass to Bellinelli. Shot clock at 5. Over Jackson. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Gay against Jang. Here's Gay. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Celtics in Boston. From deep 3-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Memphis holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it, not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes as public figures can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Grizzlies have been rolling right along, haven't they?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
On the floor for San Antonio, Miles out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's Derek White. And it's Mills in at the point. Jones, no luck.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Jackson against White. Brooks outside. It's Jones on the wing. Mills with the steal. Gay finds Mills. And here is Bellinelli. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. And so here's Memphis, following the bucket by the Spurs. Brooks outside. Shot clock at 6. Jackson passes to Anderson. The 9-foot shot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Anderson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Grizzlies. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Bellinelli. Gay inside. Working on Anderson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Some players never recover from a torn Achilles. Rudy Gay has come back and as good as ever. Still one of the most productive small forwards we have in the league.
And Steve, the size and athleticism of Gay has always set him apart at that small forward position.
He's able to make something out of nothing, playing over the top most of the time of his defender. He is dangerous.
That's good from Rudy Gay. So, Steve, the league has done a pretty good job of curbing player altercations. Some guys, always, though, it seems, are going to be ready to go toe-to-toe and will not back down.
Patrick Beverly, Kevin, Draymond Green, James Johnson, those guys come to mind. They are ready to go from the tip. They are ready to go.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Spurs making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. Spurs trail by 11.
Get to more.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Jones looking for an opening. Kicks it out to Allen. Passes it to Valanciunas. Back to Allen. And stolen by White. Lets a floater go. And he lays it up and in. White's got it back down to single digits for the Spurs. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Pass to Winslow from past the arc. The Grizzlies with another miss. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. DeRozan, a good look. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. You look at Memphis. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference. And, of course, San Antonio, they're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And, guys, when you look at Memphis, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
Spurs trail by 11. And there's the pass to Murray. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup.
Explosive athleticism. Murray usually showing it with the ball in his hands, but he can also just go get it.
Jones with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pirtle against Valanciunas. Shoots over Pirtle. No good from Valanciunas. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Spurs trail by 9.
Yo, watch them on.
Tight D, tight D.
Aldridge against Jackson. DeRozan surveying the D. It's stolen by Jones. And stolen by Aldridge. White dishes to Murray. Outside DeRozan.
Get there, get there.
That one, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Spurs trail by 11. Murray outside. Outside DeRozan. Tips it, and it's Aldridge on the follow. Aldridge has got 6 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Jones against Murray. Right side Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Allen for 3. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound here tonight. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Jones against Murray. Pass to Winslow. On the wing, Jackson. Aldridge is covering. Jackson kicks to Jones. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Spurs. On Sunday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Winslow. He's around 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Allen. They get a hand on it, and so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active wing defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders at small forward. The 4th spot held by Justice Winslow.
And this is the set of guys that can do as much or more damage with their defense as they can with their offense. They know how to swoop in for a steal from anywhere on the floor.
They're not just great on-the-ball defenders. These are players who get in the passing lanes, they double team, and they love harassing guys in the paint.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
The first one falls. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games.
And Memphis making a change here. Morant's checked in. And so Jackson nails both of them. Well, we know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, some guys at 25, just something in place to help these guys, especially some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Outside DeRozan. Murray outside. Passes to Aldridge. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 8 points for Aldridge.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Now here's Morant. He has 6. Pass to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Over Aldridge. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Jackson's got the lead up to 13 now for Memphis. Murray outside. Now the pass to Aldridge. He kicks to Forbes. Now Aldridge. 11 points for him in that last game against Boston. With some arc. Murray, no good.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
There's the lob to Jackson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now here's Murray. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. That one doesn't go. Nice D from Valanciunas. Memphis leading by 15. Here's Jones. And he banks in the layup.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. Pass to Pirtle. Inside. Over Jackson. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Pirtle. Aldridge has got 6 points in the quarter. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Now here's Morant. He's covered by Murray. Pass to Valanciunas. In the corner, Winslow with it. 5 to shoot. Kicks to Morant. Rebounded by the Spurs. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Winslow. And it's Morant missing.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Anderson comes in for Jaren Jackson. Jackson, he's checked in for Justice Winslow. And Brooks subbed in for Jones. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Trey Lyles checked in for Pirtle. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Bellinelli, he's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Now here's Morant. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. 44 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Anderson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The 6'9" Kyle Anderson has a 7'3" wingspan. A big asset defensively. Not the most athletic, but he racks up blocks and steals.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
That free throw, no good.
You saw the talent from day one in Summer League. Anderson's one of those guys who can really get it done in a lot of different areas.
And the second free throw, good. Here's Mills. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Celtics in Boston. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Bellinelli. Here's Gay, guarded by Jackson. To the paint. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Yeah, Jackson, there was no finesse on that one. Superb athlete who likes to punish the rim.
And here's Mills. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Brooks outside. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. He said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Jaren Jackson Jr. just been playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game, and that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, it's no wonder they're getting blown out. No energy, no fight in the rebound battle. Ernie, you got to pick it up. You got to pick it up starting now, or it's going to be impossible to come back. Like the Pythagorean theorem, times 50, times 100, times 50, times 10. Impossible to figure out, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Nice game. Great performance by Jaren Jackson.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
I have to credit them for their patience offensively. They understood the matchup, and they took the necessary time to exploit it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Spurs trail by 21. Morant and Allen at the guard spots. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the pass to Pirtle. Clock at 4. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Spurs shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. Jackson against Murray. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Murray. 6 to shoot. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Wiry strong. If you're going to get physical with Murray, you better go the rest of the way to prevent the and one.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young, he still has a very bright future.
And Murray winning second team all defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Now here's Morant. Allen finds Jackson. Back to Allen. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Morant missing.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
And it's White missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Up the floor. Here's Pirtle. He feeds it to White. And yes, it's good. White's got 9 points.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
And the Grizzlies leading by 18. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Winslow with it. Shoots over DeRozan. Winslow's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Spurs trail by 18. And it's Murray penetrating. Count that one. He has 7.
I like this for Murray. This is what the team needs from him. He's a catalyst.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Murray with it. He has 7. Count the basket.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Allen. Winslow against DeRozan. Morant with a wide open look. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got his 4th assist in this one. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. 17-point game. The dish to Aldridge. Rebounded by Jackson. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Being that Valanciunas is 7 feet tall, he is a real problem for the defenses.
Steve, when it comes to creating contact, which offensive moves can create the impression of a foul where the defensive player can do nothing about it?
I think ripping through the defender's arms is really tough for the defensive guy right now, Kevin. That's a hard move to defend if you're the defender.
Smitty, I think guys actually practice this, don't they? Ways they can kind of lure a defensive player in like that.
They do. They're strong enough now, and also they are, like you said, practicing that type of move.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
The 5th overall pick in the draft back in 2011, Valanciunas has added wrinkles to his game every year since.
Now, here's DeRozan. 5 points in the game. Here's Aldridge. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his 3rd assist on the night. Memphis leading by 16. Here's Morant. 12 points for him. Passes it to Winslow. Jackson dishes to Allen. Off target from the wing.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
White with it. Now guarded by Winslow. DeRozan's shot is off.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 9.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Here's DeRozan, and finished off by DeRozan.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Pass to Winslow. Outside Jackson. Back to Winslow. The floater, and it's good on the way in. Winslow's got 4 this quarter.
Coming hard on the drive, Winslow daring someone to get in his way.
Spurs trail by 18. Now here's Murray. He's got 9. The shot misses. Feeds to Morant. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 14 points for him.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times.
Here's Murray, following the basket by Ja Morant. Pirtle finds Aldridge. And he converts the layup.
With too much sauce tonight, LaMarcus has been unstoppable at the offensive end.
Memphis leading by 18. Now Morant. 14 points for him. On the wing, Jackson. Aldridge is covering. Here's Morant. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jang, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Anderson comes in for Jackson. Josh Jackson's checked in for Winslow. And Jones subbed in for Grayson Allen. Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for DeJounte Murray. And it's good for 2. That's 7 points for Rudy Gay.
High percentage look for mid-range. Rudy quick into the air and accurate from that distance.
The pass to Anderson. 14 feet away. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And so it's San Antonio with it. And here's Mills. Dishes it to Gay. Shot from free throw range. The rebound by Anderson. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. Morant passes to Jang. Good work there as it goes.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
And so it's Mills who will bring it up for the Spurs. He kicks it to Gay. Pass to Aldridge. Back to Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Jang. And that one goes long. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Smitty, you played with the U.S. national team. Would you say they allow more physicality in FIBA than they do in the NBA?
No, I think, Kevin, different parts of the game, there's more physicality, like on the free throw line, boxing out, like going up for rebound, a lot more than we're used to go. But usually the NBA players adjust, and they find their way.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the middle. Stolen by Brooks. It's Jackson with the drive, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I tell you what, you gotta love his focus there. Jackson really terrific at just muscling through the contact. Takes a lot of pride in his ability to take the hit and still finish.
One shot.
And that one misses. A challenging stretch for San Antonio here. Mills passes to Lyles. Lays it up off the glass.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now here's Morant, covered by Mills. Right wing. Deep 2 from Anderson. Tries again, and Jang puts it in. Jang's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And Mills kicks to Gay, back to Mills. Two points, that one goes. Mills has got his second basket of the night.
One of the best standstill shooters in the league. Mills getting better at scoring off the dribble.
Morant passes to Anderson. Trying to get open is Jang. Anderson's shot is off. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Lyles passes to Mills over Morant.
And superb job by Morant there, making sure to contest without fouling. That's how you play defense.
And Anderson gets it to go.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Mills dishes to Bellinelli. Kicks it to Forbes. Passes it to Gay. Over Anderson. Oh, yes, the turnaround. 9 points for Gay.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Morant passes to Anderson. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And for the Spurs, they're shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Mills with it. Plenty of space. Forbes can't get it to go.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Gay outside. Pass to Bellinelli. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Now here's Bellinelli. Still looking for his first bucket in this one with the fadeaway. No good there. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Brooks up and in on the layup.
That's good planning and that's good execution, and that's a great look.
We've got 1:13 left in the third quarter of the game. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Mills. Count it. Mills has got 6.
You know, he's not someone who spends a ton of time in the painted area, but Patty Mills looking comfortable on that one.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded closely. Anderson outside. The rebound by the Spurs. In transition, here comes San Antonio. There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Forbes can't get it to go.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
Now here's Gay. 9 points in the game so far. From deep. That shot no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Grizzlies out in front, delivering the blowout. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Here's Clark. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. They've got Bellinelli. Trey Lyles out there with Johnson. And it's Zamanic in at the 4 spot. Steve, you know, there is some hostility we're finding between the media, some teams and players, boycotting of certain journalists. Coach Steve Kerr said it's a dangerous situation. What's your view?
You know, I think it is from a standpoint of from a players and organizations with the media, but I think also the media, somebody's going to have to police those guys as well. We got to have it where we're both on the same team. You might not agree, but you got to be on the same team.
I agree.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. And San Antonio shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. The pass to Lyles. Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Now Brooks. Pass to Clark. Bellinelli is covering, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That is his first foul of the game. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button. So, yeah, they got to be careful. You're right. Johnson outside. Johnson double teamed. 5 on the clock. Forbes. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Brooks outside. Pass to Clark. Bellinelli is covering. It's Brooks on the wing. The good-looking shot from the wing.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Spurs have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Forbes kicks to Lyles. Johnson surveying the floor. Clock at 6. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Tolliver. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. There's the lob to the hoop. And Jang gets it to go.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
Here is Forbes following the score by Memphis. And here is Lyles. He dishes it to Forbes. Here's Johnson. No good. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. You know, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport.
Pass to Samanic. Takes the three. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jang's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Picked off in midair. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Johnson, wide open, he fires. The wide open shot is on the money. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Clark. He's guarded by Johnson and taken away by Johnson. Here's Forbes and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Here's Clark. The pass to Tolliver. It's deflected, and so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. A moment now to check out who's leading in the All-Star voting.
And a lot of fans and players interested to see how this thing all turns out.
Well, you look at Aldridge. He's not quite there, but he's very close to a spot in the starting lineup for the West.
And to have the great season he's having and still not crack the top five, that just tells you a lot about how terrific some of the other Western Conference players have been.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Now here's Johnson. Doesn't go that time.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Here is Forbes. So much new technology, a lot of it so exciting. Steve, did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
That really is. Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson comes in for Jang, and Jones subbed in for Dylan Brooks.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Now here's Jones. Outside Jackson. Pass to Tolliver. Shot clock at 6. Jackson has the open look. No good from outside. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
The free throw, no good.
A low release push shot for Jaren Jackson on the perimeter. The form is a bit unorthodox, but it's consistent, and he gets it off quickly. And by the way, he's a 7-footer.
Here's Clark. Here's Jones. The layup off target. San Antonio's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Hey, you know, Smitty, when defenders close out, Jaren Jackson has shown the ability to attack off the dribble.
Also, Kevin, despite shooting with his right, he almost always drives to his left. Comfortable finishing with either hand in the paint.
Here's Clark. Goes back up. Back to Jackson. Shoots over Walker. Here's Tolliver. And at last, they get one to fall.
He's not looking at the score. He's staying focused, and he's staying active.
There's 2 things they rely on him for. being competitive and bringing energy.
Stolen away. Some nice passing there by Memphis. It's good.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
And I'm going to give him a lot of credit because he saw what he was up against and he was undeterred.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now, here's Bellinelli. Just 5 on the clock. That's tipped. Lyles inside, guarded by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. Josh Jackson's checked in for Clark. Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. Passes it to Lyles. Back to Mills. 6 to shoot. Pass to Walker. The tray. Drains it from beyond the arc. Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
There's the pass to Tolliver. Stolen by Walker. From down in the low post, it goes. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter. Memphis has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Jones with it. Here's Jackson. Tolliver. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Shot's good by Mills.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
The Grizzlies shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Outside Jackson. Pass to Tolliver. Shot clock at 5. Tries it from 9. And that one, good. San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Stolen by Jackson. Here is Tolliver, covered by Mills. Jackson passes to Tolliver. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 4 assists in the game. Now here's Mills, and the call will go against Anthony Tolliver. That's foul number 2 for him. And for a team schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
Now here's Anderson. Outside, Jones. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Here's Mills. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. The dish to Walker. Now Mills. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Jones kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Anderson. Over Johnson. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And on nights like this, when Anderson is scoring well, it shows you how good he could be if he gains consistency with the shot.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Memphis.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Ja Morant.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
And here are the Grizzlies now, following the bucket by the Spurs. And here's Jackson. Mills with the steal. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. Here's Samanic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. First one falls for him. Both good from the line that time. .23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Well, this one is winding down now. Memphis can watch the clock run out. Now here's Jones, covered by Mills. Jones with it. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long.